Okay, so like, excuse me. So how hard is it to find a Valentine's Day video game? I'm on itch.io, right? Yeah, no, so we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna type Valentines. Is that how? Is it, there, what is this? Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Or Singles Day if you're like me, but today we're gonna be okay, so as you saw, it was incredibly, spectacularly difficult. Like, oh my, I spent hours trying to find a Valentine's Day video game. You wouldn't believe the amount of shit I had to go through. But here we are at Froot Basket Valentine. All right, let's go for settings. We're just gonna turn that down a bit, and we're gonna turn that. You know what? Screw it, all the way back up. It's Valentine's Day. All right, let's see what this is all about. To my Valentine, I wish for you a most fruitful Valentine's Day. Love, Jordan. XOXO. I remember falling. I don't know if it hurt or if someone even caught me, but I ended up in the school's fancy infirmary. The strong smell of alcohol gave it away. It was so sterile. Oh, you're finally awake. I had just missed the man attending to me. He disappeared behind the curtain. All I could make out was his shape as he moved around. How are you feeling? Jordan. Fine, but my head. I figured as much. I heard the scratch of his pen as he jotted something on paper. You were right to walk? Jordan. I think so. I sat upright in my bed, groaning. What day is it? That's strange. You have a slight lapse in memory. He mumbled something to himself, but I couldn't quite make out the rest of what he said. It's Valentine's Day? Valentine's? But don't worry, it's only noon, so you've still got the rest of the day. Speaking of which, the box in your bag fell out when one of your friends brought you in. I promise I didn't see anything and put it right back. It's on the floor next to the bed. A box. I leaned over the bed, reaching for my bag. Rummaging through its contents, I found a heart-shaped box of what I can only assume, can't speak, are chocolates for my Valentine. I flipped the box over twice, searching for a name or note or something. Who was I supposed to give this to? Now, where are those boys? They said they'd return around lunch. Wait, boys? As in, more than one? The halls beyond the door echoed with fast-paced footsteps, almost like a crowd was stampeding through. Then, what was that? And suddenly there were 3 loud knocks. The man behind the curtain shifted in his seat. That must be them. I'll get the door. He left his chair, his shadow disappearing as he walked further away. I peered down at the tile, studying his blurry reflection. Jordan! Just as I had come to some understanding of the shapes I was seeing, the curtain swept open, revealing something I've only ever thought true in dreams. Your heads! Why are you banana? Why are you a you know what? I don't care. Banana. Rude. What's wrong with yours? Nothing. I heard their voices, but I couldn't see any mouths or lips moving. The fruit heads were completely featureless. You can't see it? See what? What are you talking about? You have no faces. Your heads are fruit-shaped or actual fruits or something. They were silent for a while, likely baffled by my outburst. But I swear, I was not going crazy. Doc, you sure Jordan's good to go? The banana cocked its head to the side, a puzzled expression undoubtedly present on his face if it had one. Apple, well, despite your slight lapse in memory, you seemed quite fine this morning, Jordan. Lapse in memory? That doesn't sound good at all, Sensei! Well, that's true, but the tools and instruments said, "Hey." The strawberry, who had been silent thus far, leaned toward me. His, face? Yeah, face. His face, nearly touching mine. You do recognize us, right? Of course I do, Strawberry. Yeah, how can I forget you? Yeah, how can I forget you, Fruity Sap you? I think you're lying. No, I'm not. What's my name then? Strawberry, Suturo, Ricardo, Kenji. Suturo? I can't tell if you actually knew. If you got a lucky guess. Guess I'm just lucky, gamers. Oops. This is troubling. If you don't know who we are, then... I'm Bao, your most treasured friend and neighbor. The banana interrupted the orange. Bao, don't overwhelm Jordan. We're already bothering... Psh, you don't mind, right, Jordan? No, yeah, I can keep up. Despite all my confusion, it seemed I was able to muster a pretty convincing smile. See, look at that smile. Our friend's fine. Well, alright. I'm Renji. Oh, you're senior and basketball captain. Basketball? You mean you don't remember being on the basketball team either? I shook my head shamefully. Really, Apollo? Your poor excuse for a doctor. A bareheaded. Boy, what you doing out here with all that ass? Double cheek, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Bareheaded man clicked his tongue as he strode through the door. I imagined him shooting a consenting glance toward the apple as he sighed and shook his head. I stood in the doorway, long enough to glean what was going on. I'm Pierre Pere, your homeroom teacher and team's coach. But I used the most up-to-date diagnosis tools, Pierre. If I could see Apple's face, he'd probably be pouting and pleading for approval with puppy dog eyes. The pear snuffed him, and all the apple could do was let out a disappointed sigh. Well, I'm Apollo Ringo, the school's physician. I am truly sorry. I really thought you'd be alright by now. Hey, maybe if we take you around the school, you'll remember things. That sounds like a great idea. I can take you to the courts. Don't be foolish. Pear Sensei shot down the idea as soon as it had been mentioned. Jordan should remain in bed, resting. I disagree, Pierre. I think some ambulation will do dear Jordan here some good. Don't be ridiculous, Apollo. You were the one who misdiagnosed the poor student in the first place. I think Jordan should decide. Wait, what? Before I could even formulate a thought, Bao and O-Senpai were chiming in. Of course, it's only right for you to decide. Yeah, you're the one we're fighting over, so you pick. Let's walk around the school. I guess Ringo Sensei's right. I should get some fresh air. Yes, it's quite stuffy. But really? That long? I missed the line. What happened anyway? Why am I here? I gazed intently into where I thought Ringo Sensei's eyes were, waiting patiently for an answer. I think one of the boys is better equipped to give you that information. Bao. Oh yeah, I got you, no sweat. Bao's energy beamed as he cleared his throat before spinning his tail. What? Never mind. So, there we was, walking to class from gym as usual. You, me, and Suro, mind our own business, and chatting up when all of a sudden you totally passed out, Yugi. If Suro weren't quick on his feet, you'd probably have a concussion or something. My eyes shifted to Sutaro, who was now gazing out of the window like that one cool and calm character in every anime. This is an anime. I don't know what you're talking about. My heart skipped a beat or two as I imagined his arms embracing me. Ha! As if you aren't already acting like you have one. Jordan is obviously suffering from a concussion, otherwise there'd be no problem recalling simple things like who we are or that you're all on the basketball team. I'm still shocked. How can you not remember basketball, Jordan? You were so excited about the scrimmage tonight. We're playing a game tonight? Yeah, the first one before the official season. And you're all part of the starting five. What? In this condition? Hi, Pear Sensei. Which is exactly why you should be resting, not prancing around with your friends. All right, Pierre. Don't crowd around the patient. Jordan's already decided. The pair took a step back, giving me room to breathe. Now, I'm sure these young men will be busy during this lunch period, but who are you more comfortable spending time with? I turned my head toward the three fruit-headed boys at the Bao Osim. We're gonna go for Sutaro. Ooh, hearts. Hearts. And this courtyard near the gym. To my surprise, Sutaro took the tour pretty seriously. He led me all around campus, telling me each building's history, every relevant school legend, and every ghost sighting known to the student population. Any of this ringing any bells? I was a little embarrassed to shake my head, but I really could not recall a thing. Are those stories about the shushing boy in the third-floor bathroom true? Oh, never mind, that was me. Sutaro stood silent. If he had a face, he'd probably be giving me a deadpan stare. At least that's the way I imagined his face anyway. How do you know the voice you're hearing isn't actually someone else's? What? Earlier you said you could only see featureless heads, so how do you know I'm not talking right now? What if the voice you're actually hearing is actually a ghost voice? Ha, you're keeping me out, man. I chuckled nervously. Was he being serious? And I didn't say you had featureless heads. I said you have fruit heads with no faces. That's the difference. I see no difference. I stopped to think again. Was he being serious? Okay, but so there's actual people heads with no faces. No nose, no mouth, no eyes. And then there's things like whose head is a literal fruit. There was a short pause in which Sutaro probably tried to grasp the concept, then he spoke again. What kind of fruit? A strawberry. Is that supposed to be funny? Huh? What do you mean? Just because my name is Sutaro, my head is a strawberry? I don't know, dude. I just woke up today and your head happened to be a strawberry. I didn't get to pick. Well, is anyone else's head a strawberry? No. Oh, O-senpai is an orange, Ringo-sensei is an apple, Pear-sensei is a pear, and Bao is a banana. That's funny. What? You don't see what's going on here. I shook my head. They're puns. Oh, excuse me. They're puns. Ringo is apple in Japanese. O-senpai's first name is Rinji, and Pear-sensei is pear. Then what about Bao? That doesn't really equate to banana for me. That's punishment because Bao hates bananas. Huh. Interesting. So, what's it all mean? If you didn't get to pick, then someone else did. Who? Sutaro shrugged. Beats me. Was that spelled beat as in never mind. Were you always so observant? He gripped his backpack straps tightly, dropping his head to ponder for a moment. I suppose so. This might be a good chance. He has to know. I pulled the chocolate box out of my bag. Oh. Sorry, I really don't appreciate those kinds of... What? No, you fool. I need help remembering who this was for. Oh. I don't think I'll be very helpful. But you said you're observant, so you must have some idea. Well, you always hang around me and Bao, and Pear-sensei's our homeroom teacher. But you've been visiting the infirmary a lot recently, too. Wait, why? Sutaro shrugged. I don't really know. You just say you feel tired. Really? Now that he mentioned it, I was feeling more fatigued than a normal functioning human should be. You and me both, man. You and me both, Jordan. I shook my head and patted my cheeks to stay alert. Well, it's about time for class. Let's head back. Okay. Each new piece of information I learned about my past myself only brought about more mysteries. Who was I, and who are these chocolates meant for? After school. I'd gone on with the rest of the day, unable to make much progress on my enigmas. Besides learning that the fruit heads were puns, Sudaro also said I'd been visiting the infirmary a lot. Apparently, I'd been feeling tired lately. Also, I just realized, 1 second. Stop the music, except I can't. Anyway, no, I realized I kind of sound probably a little bit nasally. I'm not really sure. It's the pollen. I just realized it. Pollen's back. Yay. Anyway, nevertheless, it was Valentine's Day and I had a box of melting chocolates in my possession. I gripped the gift firmly in my hands. The me from yesterday probably spent hours building up courage to give these sweets to someone. I couldn't let all that heart-wrenching hard work go to waste. Who are these chocolates meant for? Bow, O-senpai, Pear-sensei. No one, eat it yourself. Well, considering that I'm... Has to be for Pear-sensei. Even though I had just left this classroom, I found myself wandering back. Pear-sensei was still at his desk, gathering papers. Why aren't you at the gym yet? I don't have an excuse. Even though I couldn't see his face, I could tell Pear-sensei was death glaring at me. Whatever excuse I could come up with would not be convincing enough. I came to give you a box of chocolates. I confessed, holding the heart-shaped box close to my chest. He, however, seemed to ignore me and continue organizing his desk. A long silence passed before he spoke again. So why are you still here? You expecting something? No, sir. Then leave the chocolates and go. I promptly obeyed, placing the box gently on his desk and scrambling out the door. Ending number 9. Fresh sliced pears. Pierre's bad ending. Oh, that was great. That was so charming. Sorry if you can hear me drinking water, by the way. I'm trying to not be nasal. Anyway, background art, Mugen Hansel, silhouette sprites, Shida. Thank you for playing. No, thank you for making this. We trying to... Who's that? Is that me? Or is that Sudaro? That has to be Sudaro. Sudaro. Let's do new game. Love, Jordan. We're just gonna skip. Okay, so we're just gonna go for choices. Of course I do strawberry. Of course I do strawberry. It's Sudaro. But I guess I was close enough. This is troubling. If you don't know who we are, then... I'm Bao, your most treasured friend and neighbor. The banana interrupted the orange. Bao, don't overwhelm Jordan. We're already bothering. Psh, you don't mind, right, Jordan? No, yeah, I can keep up. Despite all my confusion, it seemed I was able to muster a pretty convincing smile. We're gonna stay in the bed this time around. I think Pear-sensei's right. I shouldn't be wandering around in this condition. I could get more hurt. At least, you know, someone, yeah, making sense, whatever. Now, off to class, all of you. But Sensei, it's still lunchtime. Then go to lunch. I don't care. Just get out of here. I'm gonna give them all voices now. I'm gonna try to anyway. Pear-sensei forced the slamming it. Apollo, I want to keep an eye on my player. I need the club members at top shape for the game this evening. Of course. Wait, there's a game tonight. Yes, the opening scrimmage of the season. And you're keeping me in like this? You've always been a starting player, Jordan. There's only 7 members on the team, with 1 member sick at home. Sick at home, I've only got 6. Unless you can find someone to replace you, you're playing at the scrimmage tonight. But I... Rest now. You're in. The pair glanced at me at the apple and shuddered. Gross and capable hands. He sighed. You know what? I may have you make another addition. Who would you rather recuperate with? Me or this dim-witted doctor? Hey! After all, I don't want to underestimate Ringo Sensei's skills. After all, he does have a medical degree. I punched toward the framed diploma decorating the wall above Ringo Sensei's desk. And as long as you're well enough to play, then that's fine. Pear Sensei left the infirmary, likely butthurt. This whole time, Ringo Sensei had been so stiff, he let out a huge sigh of relief, relaxing his shoulders. Thank you for having some faith in me, Jordan. It's true, I am a little airheaded, clumsy, and forgetful, but I do love helping where I can. So how can I help you today? Can you tell me a little bit about my condition? I think it's apparent that you guys can't see what I see. Sure, when the boys brought you to me this morning, you were completely knocked out. I was afraid I was going to have to prepare for the worst. By his tone and slight drop on his shoulders, I could tell Ringo Sensei was really worried. Anyway, I'm very glad you woke up. This way I can do a better physical examination. Earlier, your reflexes were responding to stimulus appropriately. You, however, weren't consciously enough to respond to my questions. But I think I've seen enough interaction between yourself and the others to say, for the most part, your cognition is intact. It's just this bit about the memory that's got me puzzled. Is there anything I can do to regain my memories? I'll have to examine the extent of memory loss. Ringo Sensei drummed the base of his apple head with the top of his pen, lost in thought. I guess we can start like this. What do you remember? My name is Jordan. I'm a student. I fell down. Is that it? I nodded. Oh. The disappointment in his tone stung a little, like I let down my mom or something. Then let's try this instead. Do you remember the discussion we had last week? You were telling me about your Valentine's plans. I racked my brain for memories of last week, but nothing was coming out. No hints, no images, nada. I got nothing. Well, you were planning on putting a fruit basket together for your teammates. A fruit basket? I suggested something healthy over chocolates, and your eyes lit up like light bulbs. Oh, okay. I guess this really isn't working, huh? I nodded, rubbing the back of my neck nervously. Perhaps a different type of stimulation then. Ringo Sensei disappeared behind a divider and rummaged about what I can only guess was another desk. Ah, here it is. You lent me this book about a month ago. I found it to be quite fascinating. It is, however, missing a few pages. I accepted the hardcover book from him and studied its cover and contents. Charms, spells, and curses? Was I into this sort of stuff? He nodded enthusiastically. Yes, there was a charm in there that you wanted to use for this fruit basket too. May I? I let Ringo Sensei flip through some pages while I held the book up. Ringo Sensei, let's see, what was it again? Something about youth, perhaps? Seemed Ringo Sensei was taking his sweet time. The book was growing heavier and heavier, and the fatigue and muscle aches were starting to set in. Still, Sensei flipped through the table of contents and several other chapters before finally stopping. Yes, this is it. This is the charm you intended to use. Rejuvenation, revitalization, and strength? Yes. I'm guessing you were anticipating the scrimmage today, so you wanted your teammates to be in good health. How thoughtful of you. Right. I slammed the book shut and left it on my lap, my arms falling to my sides in relief. Now then. Ringo Sensei pushed an index finger in the middle of his face like he was pushing up a pair of glasses. Is he... Sensei, are you wearing glasses? Yes. Can you not see them? No, just the apple that's your head. Oh, yes, that's right. You were saying something about the fruit heads earlier, too. That was literally no more than 10 minutes ago. He leaned in closer as if examining me with his naked eyes. Interesting. And there's some sort of visual hallucination going on in your conjunction with the memory loss. I wonder. He placed a hand on his, or where his chin should be. You know, I haven't gotten far in reading that book. Would you mind? Sure. I held the book out for Ringo Sensei to take. Yeah, sure, knock yourself out. Delighted, Sensei politely accepted the book in both hands. Thank you so much, I'll continue to keep it safe. Ringo-sensei took a step back, drawing the curtain a bit to shield the sun from my eyes. Anyway, I'll let you rest. There are some things, other things I have to attend to. If you need me, I'll just be on the divider at my desk. I nodded, turning to my side to get more sleep. I'd gone on with the rest of my day, unable to make much progress on my enigmas. At least Ringo-sensei was kind enough to let me rest a bit more. What was with that book of spells, though? I pictured the browning aged pages and tattered cover. I wonder if that stuff is real. A cold shiver ran down my spine. Creepy. But I've got the other mysteries to unravel. The box of chocolates still not in the recipient, and I intended to give these to someone by the end of the day. Maybe I can thank Sensei with these. I gripped the gifts firmly in my hand. The me for mystery probably spent hours putting up the curtain. Who are these chocolates meant for? I guess give it to Ringo. I set foot in the infirmary again, still started by the sting of alcohol lingering in the air. Ringo-sensei? I woke in this room this morning at a total loss. Ringo-sensei was the first to greet me. It was only right to show my appreciation some way. I wanted to thank you for today. I peeked around the divider at his desk, but there was no one there. Sensei? I called again, but received no answer. Maybe I'll just leave these here. Using a pen and a sticky note I found at his desk, I left a brief note along with the box of chocolates. Thank you for your help today, Sensei. Signed, Jordan. I spun around only to find the man of the hour. I've been looking everywhere for you. Ringo-sensei's hand handed me a small card with fancy cut edges. I believe that came with your box of chocolate this morning. I found it on the floor just after the bed after you left. So sorry, I had to read it to figure out whom it belonged to. It's okay. I studied the card, reading its contents. Meet me by the 3rd floor boys' bathroom at noon. M. So then those chocolates, they're for me? I would think so. But this whole time I thought, I see. Sensei walked over to the desk, getting the note I left on the box. You forgot who you were supposed to give them to, so you scrambled to give it to someone you loved. He handed me the box, peeling the note off the top. But really, they were meant for you. I accepted the chocolates bashfully. But who's M? Maybe you can find out tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be in the same place at the same time. I don't know how you've been out of high school, Sensei, but not showing up means a solid no thanks. The life of a student is hard. The life of a doctor is, however... He pulled his chair out and sat himself at the desk. Even more so. Clicking a pen, he began flipping through some documents. Whatever you decide, I wish you luck, but I've got some paperwork, so I'll be spending the rest of the day in here. Shouldn't you be monitoring the game for injuries? Ah, yes. Thanks for the consideration, but the other team's got that covered. Oh, that's right. Good look at the game today. Thanks, Sensei. I could only imagine his smile as he waved goodbye. I left, hopefully returning the gesture and losing the door behind me. Ending level 11, Applesauce Apollo's bad ending. Shit! Damn it! Well, you know what? That's all the time I got here, folks. I'm gonna kind of go through the credits. Thank you to all these people. This was actually really charming. And actually kind of fun. But, thank you all so much for watching. I know this kind of goes against my scheduling, but, if you liked it, please like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell. Happy Valentine's Day. I wish you all the best in your endeavors to find love, and if you have found love, I wish you the best in continuing a hopefully great relationship full of love and all of that good stuff, because love is truly the most magical emotion, and I'm not just saying that to be corny, I'm saying that because it's true. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Froot Basket Valentine. If you want to check it out for yourself, link in the description as always. But until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.